Welcome back everyone. If you're new here, then don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up by tapping on the like button, and feel free to be part of the commenters squad by sharing your thoughts, your views rather, in the comment section down below. Now today we're taking a look into a series of powerful reactions that highlight a growing frustration among many Americans, particularly palm color voices, as they begin to echo sentiments that the Black community have expressed for years. Now in the first clip, we hear a palm color man who passionately argues that the government is not just failing its people, but actively working against them, drawing lines in a battle that transcends party politics. Now he calls for action, insisting it's time to wake up and prepare for it. A palm color woman also raises alarm bells about funding priorities, questioning why millions are sent abroad while American people's needs go unmet. Now she warns of potential political manipulation, suggesting a brewing discontent that could mirror the events of January 6th. Now we also hear about Congress alarming decisions during a crisis, leaving citizens vulnerable as they take a long recess. So join me as we explore these critical voices and the deeper implications of their messages. Let's get into the videos. I will be right back, and when I do, I'll share my 2 cents on this.
The American people need to wake up to the fact that our government is against us. Our government is actively against us every single day. It's not a left thing. It's not a right thing. It's not red. It's not blue. It's us versus them. Our government is against us every single day. And if you aren't ready to get back, then you need to get out of the way. This country is falling. And eventually we are going to have to back with
nice.
So better get ready. If you need tactical gear, I advise you, click on this right here. See this? Click on this right here. Go there, place your order. If you can't find what you're looking for on that website, send a message and ask. Because there's a lot more out there that's not on that website. If you need tactical gear, if you need food supply, you need water storage, hit that link right there. We have a that is coming. And if you are not ready to stand up and join the brothers and sisters, then you're going to lose. You will be on the wrong side of history, because the time to get your act right is right now. This is for America, this is for our children, and this is for their future. Get your tactical ready, because we do have it on our hands.
So this was posted yesterday afternoon. Another $157 million was sent to another country we are funding in opposite side of a war, 2 sides of a war, just 2 days after they told us that they only had $10 million left in funding for the American people. Right now, I think they're doing one of 2 things. I think they are trying to piss off the American people just enough to where we start a political uprising, another January 6th event that they can completely blow out of proportion and blame it on Trump. Or 2, I think they are just doing whatever they can to just completely obliterate the economy and hand it over to Trump, because they see that Kamala is failing and that Trump will win the election, and then that way he is working 4 years trying to get us out of this hole. And how easily the American people forget things. They will continue to vote Democrat after that, and continue to blame Trump for a disastrous economy. Let me know what you think.
This hurricane has brought more devastation than you will ever see on the news. The news is not doing it justice at all. We're having to go to TikTok to find out what's actually happening. And what is really mind-blowing, and it is not shocking to me at all, is the absolute lack of support and true help from the government. And this is not political, okay? This is the opposite of political. Because what I can tell you from what I have seen and what is actually being shared, fellow Americans are the ones who are actually going up there in these rural places, up in the mountains where FEMA, Red Cross is not reaching to. They are using their own private small helicopters. They are using their mules, etc., to deliver insulin to these people that are literally stranded. It is these truckers, it is these small businesses, it is the average American that are banding together. And what I really want people to remember and keep this energy is nobody is asking your political party before they are delivering water or insulin to you. These truckers are not sitting here going, oh, well, I'm only delivering this to people who are voting for this political party or have this religion. This is what America truly is. It is Americans binding together, coming together, because at the end of the day, the government is not going to be there for you. They're not. And again, this isn't about one certain politician or whatever. You need to realize that your fellow Americans are going to be there way more than any government official ever will be. And if you are wanting to donate, I encourage you to really look at where you're donating to, because I've seen a lot of things about FEMA, Red Cross. They are not doing the things that people think they are. They are not reaching these rural areas. London Priorities has shared a list on her Facebook of places she has personally looked into and kind of vetted and made sure that they are doing all that they can with the money. So if you're looking for a place to donate, please go check her out on Facebook, London Priorities. She just recently shared a list. But I just really, really hope people remember it's not about our differences. It's not about who we vote for, who we don't vote for, what our religion is, or what our skin color is, or heck, whether you got the Fauci ouchie or you didn't, or none of that matters. None of it matters. I literally just every day my stomach is sick scrolling my TikTok feed and reposting everything I can, because where is the help? It's terrible. It's not coming from the government. It's coming from our own people. And that's sad, but it is what it is.
Well, you're going to have to just excuse my appearance because we have no power. We have no running water. But I'm just so pissed off that I've got to make this clear. We got a notification from FEMA. I'm guessing that's FEMA for Tennessee. I'm not exactly sure. I think it's supposed to be the disaster relief people, but they were like, do not donate your time. We don't want you to donate time unless we ask for you. And we don't want you to donate stuff to other people. You need to just donate money and stuff to us and get your instructions from us and listen to us. What? And then they said yesterday, we don't go into areas that the roads are not easily accessible. What? You are the disaster relief people. Like, that is your job, to go into the areas that are hit by disaster and provide relief. Not to just go to the easy area and sit and wait for the people that are in the disaster area to be able to come to you. The roads that we do have were cleared by the locals, and you have to have trucks and stuff to be able to get through there. Like, it's just beyond me. So, and you have us all messed up. If you think you're going to come here and bark orders at us and then expect the people just to give you the money and us trust that you're going to try to take care of us when you don't go into areas that are not easily accessible. What? Like, this is Scott County, girl. So donate to our local churches, because they will make sure that the people that are need it will get it. And you need to just, while we appreciate what help you're trying to provide, I don't think you understood the assignment, because it's not to just go to one location in hopes that the people in the disaster area can make it to you. So just sit back and watch, and we'll show you how it's done, but we're not going to stop. So please and thank you.
So Congress did not approve a $10 billion increase to FEMA's budget while we're in the middle of a hurricane. Okay, they didn't add it. They said no. So essentially they're cutting FEMA's budget. And now they're on recess for the next 6 weeks. Did you know that? Did you know that the United States Congress, they're not there right now. If you need them, they're gone. Okay, they are on recess for the next 6 weeks. This is their schedule. Okay, do you see this? They just got back from summer break not long ago, and now they're on another 6-week break while people are stuck still. Okay, so this hurricane is bad. It is horrible. The south side of Atlanta got hit so hard. And we have a family friend who's doing search and rescue with helicopters. There's people in North Carolina who still don't have power, who still don't have water, who are stuck. Like, just absolutely stuck. People are fighting over food. People are fighting over resources. It's getting bad. And they cut FEMA's budget and left.
Are y'all getting it yet? Are you guys paying attention of what FEMA's really doing? Are you paying attention of what FEMA did with Hawaii? Did you pay attention to what FEMA did with every single hurricane? And what the weather is really going on too? There's patterns within that self. It's going to take all of us, we the people, to stand up against the government and help people out. It's going to take all of us. This is a fight that all of us have to get together, and we have to all be united. We have to be all united against the government. That's why I sit here in my morning message. What's the government going to do to us? Because I want everybody to think of what the government has been doing to us for many years. Just think about FEMA and the level of corruptions. We need to help out our fellow man. It's going to take all of us. And why is President Trump helping people out? Where's Biden? Anyways, what are your thoughts on this?
So this is exactly what I keep trying to tell you guys. This person's saying, can you tell us why FEMA is taking our stuff here in East Tennessee after the hurricane? The only one's helping us is our own town. Well, let me show you why they can do this. So if you have any sort of stockpile or things to help you to defend yourself, if the crisis is severe enough, they can also look at confiscating private property to redistribute to less prepared in the community. Luckily, this book shows you how to avoid those things with FEMA, and these are the household items you should be stockpiling with the port strike that's happening. This is Joel Lambert, and he's a 10-year Navy SEAL vet who wrote this book. Shows the first thing you should do if martial law is declared, how to communicate in a blackout, essential medical pills and supplies you should be stockpiling. Shows what 39 foods you should stockpile. With everything that's happening in the U.S., I refuse to be unprepared. The Navy SEALs Bugging Guide is back in stock.
Now, FEMA's funding priorities have raised eyebrows lately, particularly when it comes to supporting hurricane relief efforts versus funding wars abroad. It's been reported that Washington politicians attempted to use hurricane relief money to fund the war in Ukraine, which is a tough pill to swallow, considering the devastating impact of hurricanes on American soil. Imagine being a victim of Hurricane Andrew, which ravaged southern Florida in 1992, or Hurricane Katrina, which left a trail of destruction in Louisiana in 2005. You would expect FEMA to have your back, right? But instead, it seems like funds are being diverted to support conflicts overseas. Now, this isn't just about numbers. It's about people's lives and livelihoods. The issue at hand is not whether the U.S. should support Ukraine, but rather why are representatives holding hostage funds meant for Americans in need? It's concerning that lawmakers are prioritizing foreign conflicts over domestic disaster relief. The American people deserve better. Now, FEMA's primary purpose is to coordinate disaster response efforts, provide funding for rebuilding, and support affected communities. However, when funds are allocated to wars abroad, it undermines the agency's ability to fulfill its core mission. Now, this shouldn't be about whether or how America should continue to support Ukraine. It's about whether political representatives are going to hold hostage funds reserved for Americans in order to spend more money in Ukraine. Now, that's just plain wrong. All this raises the question, why are members of Congress going to such great lengths to send more and more money to Ukraine without the demonstrated support of the American people? Maybe it's because they're under the illusion that European allies can do more. Maybe it's because they believe that standing up to Russia is deterring China from attacking Taiwan, even though better deterrence would be to support Taiwan directly. Or maybe it is because they've just spent so much time inside the Beltway that they've forgotten how best to serve their constituents. My guess is that they know most Americans are fed up with the war and they would rather try backdoor trick like this than make a full-throated case to the voters for supporting Ukraine. Now, the case for supporting Ukraine is weaker than ever. Now, of late, we have seen a political row which has erupted after Donald Trump claimed Americans hit hard by Hurricane Helene were losing out on emergency relief money because it had been spent on migrants. Now, the White House swiftly rebutted the claims and accused Republicans of spreading bold-faced lies about funding disaster response. Now, U.S. Homeland Security Secretary had said the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, which he oversees, was short on cash for the rest of the hurricane season. Trump and his allies expressed outrage that the agency had spent over $640 million on housing migrants. But officials pointed out that this funding authorized by Congress was part of an entirely different program run by FEMA and connected to disaster relief. With less than a month to go before the White House election, Trump and the Democratic nominee Kamala Harris are neck and neck in the handful of swing states, such as storm-hit North Carolina and Georgia, that would decide the vote. Now, the unaliviest mainland U.S. hurricane since Katrina in 2005, Helene, tore through the southeast, claiming at least 225 lives and leaving hundreds more missing. Both Trump and Vice President Harris have made trips to some of the affected states. Republicans have attempted to link the disaster relief effort to immigration, an issue seen as a strength for Trump, but have spread misinformation about how government money is used. At an event in Georgia, Trump said without evidence that a lot of the money that was supposed to go to Georgia and supposed to go to North Carolina and all of the others is going and has gone already. It's been gone for people that came into the country illegally, and nobody has ever seen anything like that. That's a shame. FEMA did receive a budget from Congress, $640 million in the last fiscal year, to provide housing to immigrants applying for U.S. citizenship. But the cash came via a federal immigration agency, Customs and Border Protection. It was spent through FEMA's Shelter and Services Program and is a separate pot of money to the agency's disaster relief fund of nearly $200 billion, which is used to respond to hurricanes and other natural disasters. Now, FEMA's disaster relief budget for the year expired at the end of September, and the agency is currently running on temporary funding while Congress negotiates a new annual budget. The agency has responded to Trump's claim with a dedicated fact-check page and a statement from the Department of Homeland Security. This is false, FEMA said in a statement. No money is being diverted from disaster response needs. So far, more than $45 million has been given to communities affected by Hurricane Helene, said the agency. Now, FEMA has also shipped over 11.5 million meals and 12.6 million liters of water in the aftermath of Helene, said Vice President Harris, adding that more than 5,600 federal personnel were on the ground. But Trump's son, Donald Trump Jr., posted on X, formerly Twitter, that it was madness for billions of dollars in foreign aid to be sent to Ukraine instead of to American citizens who had lost everything in the storm. Meanwhile, critics of Trump have pointed out that when he was president back in 2019, $155 million was transferred from FEMA's operating budget to fund deportations of migrants to Mexico. We have finally come to the end of the video, but what do my viewers have to say? Share your thoughts, your views, your contributions, your take on what you have to say about this topic in the comment section down below, and let's have a conversation. Thank you for always watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up by tapping on the like button, and see you in my next video as I bring you another interesting video.